This is going to be a full guide on how to learn how to day trade without the bullshit. It's going to be completely honest. I'm going to frame this video in a way that allows you to cut through all of the bullshit and learn the things that you actually need to be learning. This is more for people who are just starting to learn how to trade or who haven't been trading for very long, but it's also useful for people who have been trading for a long time or about the same time as me. If you skip to about maybe halfway in the video, I start to get a bit more deep into some stuff, and you can skip past the beginning stages sort of things. Basically, everybody in the trading industry is going to tell you that it takes between 2 years to 3 years, maybe even longer, to learn how to trade. And I can attest to this. I'm basically walking evidence of it. And you might be thinking to yourself, "Oh, nah, it's not going to take me that long because I'm not an idiot and I'm smarter." Well, I thought I was smart as well, but the truth is you're not going to know that you're learning the wrong things until you've already learned the wrong things. So why does trading actually take such a long time to finally become profitable, and why does it take so long to finally start figuring it out? Well, the answer is actually pretty simple. It's just most people spend, the first 6 months to even a year or more learning absolute bullshit. That's just sort of the way it goes. That's just what happens. Please, just for this video, try and just break down your ego. Ask yourself truly and honestly, be honest with yourself. Do you actually have confidence that the person that you're learning how to trade from, your mentor, ask yourself, do they have a track record that they can actually back themselves up with? Because the worst thing that you could do at the very start is spend all these hours learning trading from somebody who doesn't actually know what they're talking about. The truth is that most people in this space are scammers and frauds, and that's just the hard reality of it. We're trying to make money online, regardless of whether you are trading or doing, online business, e-commerce, copywriting. It doesn't matter what you're learning. The reality is that there's going to be liars and scammers and frauds. So we just have to accept that, and what we have to do is learn the best possible way to navigate, the internet, and learn the things that we actually need to learn that are actually going to give us value and just, try and bypass entirely all of that shit, right? So that's the goal of this video. That's what I'm going to try and do for you. So I'm going to break it down into sort of questions to ask yourself. And I'll just start them with question 1, 2, 3. And these are just going to be simple questions you can ask yourself in order to keep yourself on track with what you're learning, and also just really nail in and just drive in exactly what you want to learn and how you want to learn it, because this is your life. You dictate your life. If you want to learn from somebody who doesn't know shit, or if you want to just learn the fast way and you want to get rich quick, you can do that. But the truth is, from my experience, I've spent enough time trying to jump from strategy to strategy, and there's a lot of mistakes I've made, so I'm going to go over them. So question 1 is, what is your availability? This shit is like a job. Trading is like a job. You have to treat it like one. If you go and try and get a job anywhere else, probably one of the first things your boss is going to say is, what's your availability before he hires you? He's going to say, what's your availability? When can you work? It's the same with this. You need to know when you're actually available to trade. And it does go deeper than just when you're available. If you have a 9 to 5 job and you find some sort of session you can trade after work in the nighttime, things like that, you still need to actually have some energy left in you to actually be able to function and think properly. And that's sort of getting a bit deeper into it, but you do need to ask yourself before you start diving into learning about all sorts of things about trading. You need to know, okay, what time of the day, every day, can I actually sit down and be on the charts? And once you know that, that's going to allow you to look for content that is going to match up with those sort of times, because time in trading is super important. The time of the day matters so much. So there's all different sessions. You need to make sure that You can either trade during the Asian session, the London session, the New York session. Just try and figure out what session you can trade. The one thing you don't want to do is spend hours, days, weeks, maybe even longer learning about, how to trade intraday, how to trade inside of one day, take multiple trades in a day, when in reality you don't actually have the time to be doing that, and you need to be focusing on something more like swing trading, and vice versa. You don't want to be learning about swing trading, how to get in on a Tuesday and maybe close out by the end of the week, if you would rather be getting in and getting out every day to fit your schedule better. So there's no point learning about these other types of trading if you don't already know your availability. So knowing your availability is going to help you understand what trading style you need to pick. And that leads to the second point. Holy shit. Some cool as birds. You guys want to see them? Yeah, you definitely can't see shit. Here they are. Got my phone out now, you can actually see. Kookaburras, mate. These are the ones that laugh. Like, they make that really creepy sort of sound. I know a lot of my viewers are like in America and stuff, so I just thought you'd find that sick. To be honest, I don't even see those birds very often. Like, they're an Australian bird, but I don't hardly see them. Alright, so now that you know when you can trade, wait, hang on. Here we go. So now that you know when you can trade, you need to pick a style. And there's sort of 5 different styles. There's position trading, which is holding one trade for like weeks, months, or years. It's just like a really long-term sort of form of trading. That's what most people just know. It's like the typical form of investing. Then there's swing trading, holding one trade for days or maybe weeks, but not much longer than that. Usually a couple of days. That's swing trading. Then there's day trading, which is holding one trade for a long period within a single day. With day trading, you always close out your position before the end of the day. Intraday trading, that's potentially placing multiple trades within a day, not always, but potentially. This is what I do. I usually just trade based on sessions. Potentially placing multiple trades in a day, and then scalping, entering and exiting trades within seconds or minutes. So that's just getting in really fast and getting out really fast. Those are the 5 styles. And so now that you know which style fits you best, write that shit down. Write that down right now. Write it down. Write down what style you want to trade, and now that you know what style, so you now know what style you want to trade, and you know when you can trade. So you can sort of like start honing down your search, if you know what I mean, for the perfect like shit to learn. I don't know if that makes any sense, but you don't want to waste your time watching YouTube tutorials on swing trading when you want to be in and out of trades in the same day. It's basically just as simple as that. So that's question 2. All right, so now that you've picked a style, you need to decide like what markets you're going to be trading. So you can trade futures. I'm putting that first on the list because I think it's the best, and that's what I trade. Forex, please don't trade Forex, and I'll kind of get to that in a second. I know that's a bit of a maybe biased opinion, but I started out trading Forex. I spent like the first year, maybe not quite a year, maybe like 9 months or something, trading Forex, and I learned a lot of stuff on it, but I don't like it. I'll explain more about that in the next sort of bit. Then there's crypto. With crypto, you're going to either lose your whole house, or you're going to end up with a house in every single different country. That shit is crazy if you know how to do it well. This is the sort of things you can do. You can either trade futures, Forex, crypto, gold, stocks, options, and then there's also a bunch of other shit like ETFs, bonds, commodities, interest rates, and IPOs. The reason I said not to choose Forex out of all of those options is because for me, I think that choosing Forex is going to give you the highest probability of walking down a tunnel of scammers and liars, like I said in the beginning. The word Forex is like, the word forex is like a trap in itself. Um, Obviously you can make money trading forex. I'm not saying you can't make money trading forex, but the whole space around forex is like, I just don't like it. Like, you see more videos of people flaunting their Lambos and their diamonds than, and just putting forex in the title of the video, than actually teaching you how to trade forex. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. If you're watching that sort of shit, like, it's fun to watch every now and then. It inspires you and motivates you. I don't want to be a Grinch about this, but like, that just the word forex, like, I just can't help but think of everyone that's got like FX in their name, and they're all just like, oh, it just does my head in, to be honest with you. I've spent way too much time going down those rabbit holes, so that's why I'm so that's why I seem so triggered. Like, I'm not triggered about it. I just genuinely want you guys to actually I just want you guys to learn. I want you guys to learn the right shit. Maybe it's just my For You pages and my YouTube recommended that was doing this for me, but I just think Forex is full of scammers. Coincidentally, it also attracts some of the most vulnerable people who are in the learning phase, potentially like you, if you're watching this video or you're in this stage of the video, because you're going to be lured straight into their shit with their Lambos and their money that, so they're spreading their money. Like, obviously, someone who wants to get rich is going to click that video because they want to know how to get rich. They want to know how that happened. You know what I mean? And it's just bullshit. I hate it. It does my head in. I think if you choose something like futures, this is sort of me like vouching for futures here, but if you choose futures, I think there's a lot more people, from what I've seen anyway, that are there to actually teach you good stuff. They're there to teach you, that they're more about actually educating you on how to trade rather than just showing you all the shit that they got from trading, if you know what I mean. Futures is just like, seems to be a lot more like sophisticated, and it's been around it's just a lot more like trusty. I just like it. I just like it a lot more than trading currency pairs. I'm sorry for ranting. If you trade Forex, I'm not hating on no one that trades Forex. I traded Forex for ages. But, yeah, I think the whole thing is, you're going to get gurus and you're going to get scammers, in futures or any other markets, whether you're trading stocks, crypto, it doesn't matter. There's gurus. Everyone's flaunting their lifestyle. Realistically, that's what I want as well. I wouldn't be mad if I had a blacked out Lambo. That'd be sick. Or like, I want to buy a sick house for my parents, buy a house for myself, do all these things. I want to just treat everyone good, but like, I don't know. This is all about minimizing your time wasted, and so I'm wasting your time right now. So I'm just a hypocrite. All right. So now that you've picked a method, you know what your availability is. You know when you can trade, when it's going to work the best for you, and you know what style you're going to trade. You know whether you're going to trade futures. You know whether you're going to trade Forex. You know whether you're going to trade stocks, crypto. It doesn't matter. You know what you're going to do. Now, because of this, because you know these three things, you can snipe, like Black Ops 6 type freaking, like, what am I saying, dude? You can snipe the perfect videos that are going to actually teach you things that are going to be perfect for what you need to know. Like, when you know when you want to trade, you can watch videos about the New York session, let's just say. You can literally look up swing trading NQ, or scalping NQ during New York session, and you'll find exact videos exactly about those three things that you just chose. So it's like funneling you down into this perfect little bubble of shit that you can learn about, and you want to be in a bubble so that you don't get all the other chaos going around as well. All right, so now that that's all out of the way, we can get into the real good stuff. We can get into nitty gritty, and that is picking a trading strategy. You can choose from heaps of different things. This is like endless. There's countless different ways you can trade. There's ICT concepts, support and resistance trading, indicator trading. I would not recommend that at all. There's trading patterns. I also would not recommend that at all. Do not go down the rabbit hole of looking up like top 10, candlestick patterns, and then you're like, oh, bearish squeeze, and you draw out a triangle, or like bullish dick. like, dude, look what I did. I drew out all of this, just like nice colors, greens, reds. Like, come on, dude. That's not, you can't just trade patterns because the market is different every single day. So you need to find something that you can use as an actual framework where you can, you're not just looking for a pattern and then hoping that that pattern is going to play out. It doesn't really work like that. I'm sure some people have had success with it, but from everything that I know, that doesn't work. What I did is I started learning ICT concepts. I did that because that was what I could find the most evidence for, the most testimonials for people that were successful with that, the most people that had actually proven payouts with using ICT concepts, passing challenges, all of that sort of stuff. So that's what I started trading, was ICT concepts. I'm not saying that ICT concepts is the only thing that works. Obviously, heaps of other strategies work. That's just what I chose, and that's what worked best for me. Now, with ICT concepts, just as my example, you can get into all sorts of rabbit holes within that. It's like everything with trading is just rabbit hole after rabbit hole. It's like you get through this rabbit hole and you think you found an exit, but that exit actually just leads into another rabbit hole, which that one leads into another one, and it feels like a trap. It's honestly terrible. This is the hardest part about trading, is trying to figure out where to go, trying to figure out do I go left or do I go right, because the door in front of me is locked. And so yeah, the biggest thing that I did wrong when I started learning ICT concepts was definitely strategy hopping. One day I was learning about silver bullet. I probably watched one video on like, do this every day and it will make you rich. Didn't work. Not saying that the silver bullet doesn't work. It probably does, to be honest, but I didn't put enough time into actually learning every single little detail about that. I just tried it for like 2 days, took an L both times, and was like, nah, next thing. The next thing, find another one. And strategy hopping is definitely the one of the biggest mistakes you can make. You need to find some sort of strategy, and if that makes sense to you, the next thing you need to do is look for testimonials. Look for as many cases of people saying that they've been successful with this as possible. And if that is the case, if you can find testimonials for it, from there, you need to start backtesting it. You need to maybe get FX replay. That is like $50 a month. But yeah, FX replay, you can backtest in TradingView, all sorts of things like that. That's super good. Backtesting is essential. So once you find a good strategy, there's testimonials, backtest it. Once you've backtested it, if you've seen that this is working, that's when you can start forward testing it on a demo account. This is huge, all right? Everybody tells you to trade on demo. And this makes so much sense, because if you don't have a model that's working, or you don't have any idea what you're doing, why would you be risking your actual money, right? It doesn't make any sense. I traded on demo for about maybe 3 months, I'd say. I don't really know exactly. But the problem with demo trading is that, one, there's no psychology involved at all, which is 50% of trading is psychology, risk management, emotional management, and things like that. And on demo, you just don't have any of that. You don't get emotional, so you're not experiencing the reality of trading on demo. So if you've been on demo for a little while, you're having a little bit of success, I don't think it's a bad thing to buy a funded account on a prop firm, and go for the cheapest one possible. Go for the lowest capital, 25k if you can, or 50k on the cheapest prop firm you can account, just to get your feet in the water, just to have a little bit of money on the line where you start to actually be like, oh, I'm a bit stressed out. That's a good thing, because if you're stressed out, then you know that there's something wrong, or you have something new to now improve on. So I would highly recommend, while demo is good, I would recommend that if you've been in demo for a while, try and get a little bit of money on the line. That's super important in my opinion. All right, so now you've got a bit of money on the line. You're trying to trade this one particular strategy. You're not changing up the strategy. You're continuing on with this same strategy, right? And if you go a couple months and it's still not working, and it's not working even though you've been watching videos on videos about this model, finding a good mentor that teaches this model, like, you're doing everything in your power to make this model work. If it's still not working, then you should change to something else. Either it's because the model that you're learning just doesn't work, or because it doesn't click with you. If it doesn't click with you, like, that doesn't mean it doesn't work. It just means it's not the right model for you. So that's a good time to maybe change up your model a little bit. Now, for me, I found a model that I use to this point on the current to the current day now, and I really like the model I've been using. I've had some pretty good success with that recently. I'm getting closer to making money than I ever have been, which is a really good feeling, and I'm really close. I'm not a loser. I don't consistently lose. I'm consistently break even. So this is where, when you get to this break even stage, that's when you know that you're really close. Don't get demotivated by being a break even trader, because when you're a break even trader, that's when you just realize there's one or two little things that if you tweak, you are no longer going to be a break even trader. So you just, at this point, need to figure out, what is the problem? What am I actually doing wrong? Is it that I'm not following a good risk management plan? Is it that I'm cutting my profits too early and letting my losses lose more than I should be? Is it my psychology? Am I just simply too stressed out? Am I entering trades because I'm upset that I lost the previous one? And that sort of leads into my last point, and that is just, once you've been practicing a certain strategy for a while, you need to go headfirst into learning about psychology. Do everything you can to learn about psychology. I've got another video that I made about trading psychology, which you should go and watch. I'll link that in the description. There's also heaps of other videos you can watch about psychology, but do not underestimate your trading psychology. There is no strategy that will ever outweigh having bad psychology. It just won't happen. You have to have good psychology. And I'm not saying this because I think that I have good psychology or perfect psychology. I still have bad psychology quite often. All right, but at least I'm aware of that. At least I know what the problems are. When you can find out what the problem is, then you can find out a way to fix it. So when you start learning about psychology, watch some videos, buy some books about it. Mark Douglas, Trading in the Zone. There's a couple other books. Watch my trading psychology video if you want to hear about some more books and stuff like that. But learning about trading psychology is super essential, and this is where you might actually start changing as a person. You might actually, it's crazy. Like, you start realizing things about yourself that you didn't know at all. You start realizing that maybe you're not actually as mentally strong as what you thought. Maybe you actually have some other issues that you need to fix in your personal life that's holding you back from trading. You need to really think about, what are the problems here and how can I fix them? I don't really have much else to say. I don't think. I'm sorry that I rambled a lot. I know it was a bit dragged out, and I'm not very good at being structured, so I do apologize for that. But to anybody who did stick around this long, I really appreciate that. I'm going to keep making videos as much as possible, trying to do everything I can to help you guys, everyone learning, everyone in a similar position to me. I started a free Discord where we can just talk about our psychology, we can talk about our trades, just talk about things with other people that are learning, because I'm learning as well, so we can all learn together. That's really good. I'm hoping to build up that Discord a bit more. That's completely free. And yeah, that's about all really. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. Have a good one.